Greetings, this is realyl and welcome back to Let's Play the ABC Murders. So there was this packing thing to move it, because God forbid you do it with your hand. I swear, game. You're full of shit. And he keeps zooming that way too, for no reason. What does this do? Okay, I guess I'm going to go here first. Finally.
Oh, Donald! We're in the middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should rest your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Alright.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
Alright. Apparently Donald is Scottish or something. Let's speak to her again.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
Was it Donald?
She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner?
It is Donald. New question available. What had Betty planned to do with her evening? We're still missing two things, so let's talk to the sister first.
They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Doubtful.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
I am not your enemy, Mademoiselle Bernard.
And you are not my friend either, Mr. Poirot, sir.
Yes, but your lies are not helping Mr. Fraser, or you for that matter. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Protect him? I hope you're not suggesting...
That you are Fraser's accomplice? There is nothing to suggest that, at least not yet. It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man, slightly reserved too, and as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale. and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
he'd commit murder.
Do you think that is what happened?
No, Mr. Poirot, I don't believe that. You yourself said he may be a recidivist madman. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Barnard. Thank you for your help.
Alrighty.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If
Wow.
you say so. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Alright. No. Meet someone. Maybe. Yeah. The whole I will see other men until we are married, that's so weird. Did Betty know her assailant? Probably. No. What does it matter? Oh, we didn't specify that.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Little grey cells, not brain cells. Stop saying that. What is Megan Bernard's behavior hiding? Well, no shit. Did Megan Bernard have a motive for killing her sister? Probably not. I guess... Ah, good. Megan's intelligence, woman... Or loved your sister? I guess loved your sister. Really? Alright, next question, we'll have to speak with Donald. I want to check this out first. Alright. I guess we'll go to the Ginger Cat and speak to Donald. Which is totally a good guy. Although he flew to Regis.
You've seen Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Are we going to provoke him or something? Maybe. We'll see. Okay. I'm not sure why it says that on the loading screens.
Hastings looks ill at ease. He really doesn't like Fraser. Hastings is bound to tell me what he thinks about Fraser later on. Now is not the right time.
I don't want this young man here. Be quick and do what you must.
Wow.
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You're Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be at the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Alright. What information? Well, what do you know about that? Can I look at him? Not really. What? Why can't I interact with him? No, that's not what I want. Come on. The controls are a bit weird at times, unresponsive. You have to sometimes have multiple clicks, but I think that's because there is a sort of delay. Alright, I can't speak to him. Why? Question... yeah. The game...
I don't want this young man here.
yeah.
What a pity. I don't have any chance to make it work.
Alright, what the hell am I missing? Do I need to sit? Oh, okay. Now it works. Again.
This man looks suspicious.
The controls, I'm not sure what's wrong exactly.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking White Horse.
Leave me alone.
Wow, alright. Can't do that. So I'm not sure what White Horse is. Probably some kind of whiskey.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
That was
It's no
not
time
what I
for
expected
amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to
him
find
to say.
your fiance's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Yet, Megan only returned to Bexhill this morning, Mr. Fraser.
I didn't know.
Right. May I ask you what you were doing yesterday evening?
I spent the evening working.
Your colleagues can confirm this?
No, I often take work home with me.
The problem with this is you don't see what he's about to say or what he's about to say after that, which just makes it kind of hard to pick something.
You are lying, Mr. Fraser. As was Betty when she hid the fact from you that she was seeing other men.
Betty was a very decent young woman. How dare you sully her memory?
I am not interested in memories of her, Mr. Fraser. I am looking for a killer, and I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain. When she said she was going to have dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Wow, you
Did
were
anybody
obsessed.
see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so furious.
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Alright, did he have a motive? Well, yeah. Sure he did. Motive, that doesn't speak to motive. Really? No, what? Had a motive, but I'm not sure why that. Yeah, those none of this actually speak to motive, unless yeah, this and this speak to motive, but they don't actually offer anything. He used to go out, and we can't tell that he lied before, etc. Alright. Try you. Nope. No. Alright, that was weird. Does Donald have an alibi? No. No, he doesn't. Does Donald have a motive for all the murders? No. Wow, all the trophies notifications. Okay. Return to the crime scenes. I don't see anything else, so we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you for watching, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time with more Agatha Christie, the ABC Murders.